Hello and welcome to the Vegan Corner. Our recipe for you today is one we consider to be rather epic, tiramisu. After receiving many requests for this dessert, I decided to dedicate my body and soul, or more accurately my hands and mind, to develop a low-fat version of this delicious treat. And I have to say that I'm extremely pleased with the results. You should also know that tiramisu used to be my favorite dessert before going vegan, so my expectations for this recipe were quite high. Are you ready? Because this video is going to change the way you look at low-fat desserts forever. The ingredient list is in the description below the video. The first thing we are going to do is to prepare the sponge to be used as a base for the dessert. So preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Now simply place all the dry ingredients for the sponge into a bowl and whisk them properly. Add in the milk and whisk once again to complete the batter. If for some reason your index finger unintentionally ends up into the batter and then accidentally ends up in your mouth, you will have the pleasure of tasting how good this no-fat vegan batter is. The batter is now ready to be poured into a cake pan, which can be either greased or lined with greaseproof paper, depending on how much time you are planning to spend removing the sponge from the pan. Bake the sponge for 10 minutes in the preheated oven to complete the base for the tiramisu. Before the sponge is removed from the oven, test it with a toothpick. If it's cooked properly, the toothpick will come out dry and without mixture on it. For the gluten-free version, you can follow the exact same procedure, so mix the dry ingredients first, then add the milk and whisk to complete the batter. Due to the fact that the psyllium takes time to swell and thicken the batter, leave the mixture to rest for 6 minutes and only then can you mix it once again, pour it into the cake pan and bake it. You know we like to be thorough, so if you are wondering how large that pan is, the answer is 15 centimeters or 6 inches. Here you can notice the difference between the two sponges, with and without gluten. As you can see, there isn't much to say, they are basically the same. Remember to leave the sponge to cool down completely before cutting it into 1 cm cubes or roughly half an inch. Let's move to the filling now, and we are going to place the sugar, the starch, the turmeric, the oat milk, the coconut milk and the vanilla extract into a saucepan. Turn on the heat on medium and whisk the ingredients to properly combine them. Now take a spatula and start stirring the mixture. Stir constantly until the mixture comes to the boil and thickens, and at this point you can turn off the heat. To prevent the formation of the skin on top of the filling, you can either keep stirring it every few minutes until it cools down, or submerge the pan into cold water and stir until the mixture becomes cold. As soon as the mixture is cold, you can build the final dessert. Start by placing a layer of diced sponge into your favorite vessel. Then pour some coffee over the sponge. Be generous with the coffee as it is a fundamental component of the tiramisu flavor. Next, spread a layer of the filling over the sponge. There is no need to be an artist here, but if you have a pastry bag, this task will be particularly easy to accomplish. The final touch is to dust the surface of the dessert with enough cocoa powder to cover it completely, and the tiramisu is ready. And there you have it. I'm pretty sure that you were able to gauge how delicious this dessert is by simply looking at the video. But if that's not enough, it might be time for you to dash to the kitchen and start preparing. I'm totally confident that once you have tasted this tiramisu, you will never again doubt that following a vegan lifestyle is just as easy and tasty as any other. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.